What's up everybody, this is Danny, and it's that time of year again where I introduce you to the brand new iPhones. I have the iPhone 6s in that fresh new rose gold color, and I also have the iPhone 6s Plus in my favorite, the space gray color, and I'm going to unbox both of them, and I'm also going to compare them to see maybe if I can help you make a decision on which one to pick up. They do have different storage options. They do still have a 16GB model. I don't recommend it. I would at least get the 64, but I got the 128 so I can test out this new camera. Alright, so let's go ahead and crack into this and see what comes inside of the box. You can see the boxes are different this year. You can see the prints on the front, and all of the available colors that were available last year are here, except for this brand new rose gold color, which you see here on the right. In terms of design, they didn't change it at all this year. This is an S upgrade, so it's the same metal and glass build as last year. And if it wasn't for that S moniker on the back, you probably wouldn't even notice the difference at all. The accessories in the box are exactly the same as last year, so you're going to end up getting some ear pods, you're going to get the exact same charging brick, and then you're going to get a lightning cord. You should also get a SIM card removal tool, and then inside of this packet you will get a quick start guide, some Apple stickers, and some warranty information. And the exact same thing for the 6S Plus as well. Let's go ahead and remove the plastic off of the rose gold model, and it does look more pink than rose gold, but it looks nice anyway. And let's go ahead and take the plastic also off of the 6S Plus. Mostly all of the changes are internal, but there are some external changes here, mostly in build material, so we'll go over that right now. But when it comes to the actual aesthetics, it looks pretty much the same. Like I was saying before, the materials are pretty much the same. It's got the same resolution screens on the front, but the difference here is that you're gonna feel that it's a little bit heavier because of the new screen tech, which we'll go over in just a little bit, and also because they are using 7000 series aluminum now to toughen this build, because Lou bent the crap out of these phones last year and Apple had to react. I guess aesthetically, a new color is a new feature, I guess if you can call it that. So if you see a rose gold model, then you know it's the updated model. And of course, Apple pays attention to the details. Even the pentalobe screws are matching the rose gold color, so that's a nice touch. When it comes to the design, I guess it's a love or hate relationship. Some people love it, some people hate it, and the antenna lines are a little bit harsh for me. So on my 6S Plus, I ended up putting a leather dbrand skin on the back, and it makes it look really classy, and it gives it some nice extra grip on that aluminum as well. So if you like this look, and if you want to make your iPhone look this way, then make sure you hit that link in the description section below, and you'll be on your way. Man, that looks good. I wish that Apple would give me a black iPhone, maybe in the iPhone 7, but let me know what is your favorite iPhone color. I mean, I like space gray the best, so let me know in the comment section below which iPhone color is your favorite. The home button looks exactly the same on the bottom, and the fingerprint scanner or Touch ID actually gets an update here. This is Touch ID 2.0. It's supposed to be much faster, and in my short time testing it so far, it does seem significantly faster. So instead of waiting for about a second to read your fingerprint, it seems to be a lot snappier. Probably the most interesting thing that has been added to the new iPhones this year is a technology called 3D Touch, and this is basically where the panel can detect different levels of pressure sensitivity for different levels of interaction. This is pretty much the same technology that was introduced with Force Touch on the Apple Watch, and I see a lot of potential in this. So to bring up a pop-up menu like this, all you have to do is press harder on an icon, and then you can go directly to that different pop-up function or go right into the app itself if you like. At launch, it is a little bit limited. It's only limited to some of the Apple apps right now, so this is open to third-party developers. I can see this being extremely useful, and even in some cases now, like going to your last photo or a different album at this time, and also getting a shortcut to take a selfie real quick, or you can actually just pin yourself at a location and use different map functions and maybe get directions home. So this would be really quick instead of opening the app. I can't wait to see where this goes. You do have to get used to it a little bit, but I can't wait to see this functionality increase. Probably one of the biggest changes is on the internal side, where you get the A9 processor. This is a dual core processor at 1.8 gigahertz, and if you look at the benchmarks, then it is a significant step up from the last generation A8 processor. On this system on chip, you also get 2 gigabytes of RAM, which is very important. I know 2 gigabytes of RAM doesn't sound like much in the smartphone world today, but this is the most RAM that's ever been on an iPhone before, and that will help you with this multitasking lag that you saw on the last generation since it only had 1 gigabyte of RAM. So basically what this means is that iOS 9 is going to run smoothly. It's going to run much better on these new iPhones compared to the last generation. Of course, that's a given. Apps will open a lot faster, and with this new GPU, you're going to be able to game smoother. You can see here that Mortal Kombat is having absolutely no problems running on this, so you should be able to play games with ease, and this new GPU seems like it's doing a great job, so you should have plenty of power here for your smartphone needs. Both of these iPhones should be performance beasts. So all of that tech stuff aside, which one of these should you actually get? Well, you need to think about the size of the phone first, because naturally the iPhone 6s is going to be much smaller. It's much more compact with a 4.7-inch display. While they both have Retina displays, the iPhone 6s does have a lower resolution display and doesn't look bad by any means. It does look crisp and images still look sharp on here, but you will notice a little bit of a difference if you see them side by side, because the 1080p display on the 5.5-inch 6s Plus will be much better and you will be able to tell the difference. So personally, I like the 6s Plus. You just have to be able to deal with this massive size because it's not a small phone at all. And another disadvantage of the iPhone 6s is that it's got a 1715 milliamp hour battery, and that is pretty small, so the battery life is going to be definitely worse than the iPhone 6s Plus, which has a 2750 milliamp hour battery. So just in my use, the 6s Plus has much better battery life. I wish that the iPhones would come with some type of quick charging or wireless charging so it'll help you top up on your battery a little bit quicker throughout the day. But what I did find is that Spigen has a Slim Armor Volt here that is a case that also enables Qi wireless charging for the iPhone 6s and the 6s Plus. I was actually really surprised by this case because the wireless charging module doesn't add any extra bulk. It's the exact same size as the Slim Armor. It's really easy to install and you can start Qi wireless charging right away. So if you're interested in this, I'm going to leave a link down below in the description section and watch for my full review on the channel very soon on this case. I highly recommend it. I love wireless charging. Apple, please give us wireless charging on the next generation iPhone. Last but not least, let's talk about what everybody wants to talk about, and that is the 12 megapixel camera on the back with f2.2 aperture. This is a new sensor this year, and what you need to know about the iPhone 6s is that it does not have optical image stabilization, where the iPhone 6s Plus does have optical image stabilization, and that's going to help a ton when it comes to low light photography and when it comes to shooting video, so keep that in mind. There are some new software features here in the camera as well, like live photos. Basically, they're just GIFs. I mean, they're gonna take 1.5 seconds before and after, and then you can 3D touch on the screen to be able to see that. So you're gonna be able to see a live moment instead of just a picture. But they do take up a little bit more space. The most important thing to me though, and a lot of other people, is that now you can enable 4K video at 30 frames per second. So from what I can see in my testing so far, the 4K video is pretty sharp on here. You're gonna be able to see the 4K moniker right there on the corner when you're recording in it and when you enable it. And I'm gonna be doing a full cinematic 4K sample very soon on the channel. I'll be working on that, so make sure you stay tuned for, I'm sure this is gonna shoot some epic 4K video. The front-facing camera also gets a much-deserved upgrade. It's now 5 megapixels and it can finally shoot 1080p video. That's unbelievable at this stage. And actually, the front-facing camera has a pretty cool trick. It uses the screen as a flash. So it's going to use it as a dual-tone flash. It gives you a much more natural flash when you're trying to take selfies in low-light conditions. Here are a couple of sample images that I took today. The colors seem to be very vibrant but accurate. It seems to be very clear and crispy on the pictures as well. And I think the dynamic range looks to be very promising. So I will definitely take more pictures with this. Make sure you stay tuned to the channel for a full camera breakdown. Alright guys, well I hope you enjoyed the unboxing and comparison of these brand new iPhones. Hopefully it helped you make a good buying decision. So let me know what you guys think about them in the comment section below. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this content, and I will see you guys in the next video.